This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No. Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, ladies.
Friday.
That was a nice response.
Hello, Charlie.
That was pretty good. I do want to point out, Tori, when you threw those cards away, you didn't get one in the basket.
Did I not?
Oh, my God.
I tried to recycle them.
Well, you did not.
Oh,
you
I'm
made
so
more of a
sorry.
mess.
It was like a
I didn't mean for you to come get them, but
an imminent threat.
it wasn't
or
one. It was
anything.
like 10.
All right, we're back on schedule.
But you didn't have to do that. I was just pointing it out.
You recycle shamed me.
All right. Well, do you want to take a look at your desk?
No.
All right.
Yeah, that desk is out of hand.
All right, let's have some fun. We're already there. It's game over for Tom and Gisele. That's not fun.
That's not fun.
They both released statements confirming their divorce. Yeah, TMZ says Gisele is the one who actually filed. So on Instagram, Tom wrote that after 13 years of marriage, he and Gisele have finalized the details of their divorce. He added that the separation is amicable. He also said that while the decision is painful, they wish each other the best and will continue to work together in raising their 2 children, which is great. Gisele posted saying she and Tom had grown apart, but feel blessed for the time that they had together. So, I mean, we're kind of getting the details of this. We know now that it does have a little bit to do with football, not everything to do with football. They kind of just grew apart. So that speculation is kind of put to rest. But as a sports fan, and Tom watching him last night, it's affecting his game.
Yeah,
it's
I was gonna
affecting
ask
his
you that,
game big time. I'm going to take it to the sports realm. I don't know if people want to go there, but he's not doing great, and his facial expressions kind of prove it. You know, you can tell.
He doesn't look happy.
Doesn't.
He doesn't look happy. And I will say, we just found out Tom Brady has become the most sacked quarterback in all of football history.
Let's kick him while he's down.
Kick him while he's down. But what I'm saying too is, if it had anything to do with football, which we've heard from Gisele being a violent sport, that could only add that he is a target for a lot of people to sack because he's Tom Brady.
Since I'm a sports guy, he also is 45 years old and played 25 years. So
right. He's played the longest.
He had the most opportunity to be sacked. So just to put that into.
That's fair too. But yeah, I think she was worried about the aspect of that, and I think that she said allegedly the tabloids are saying that there was an ultimatum made, and they made their choice. But I'm glad that they're doing it amicably. It's not going to turn into a Johnny Depp situation. Oy vey.
That was crazy. I mean, we don't know what happened, but we do. But I can say I told you so, Jeff. No, I'm I'm sorry, no. But seriously,
seizing the opportunity.
I know, I'm sorry. That was petty. But I'm just saying, like, he made a choice. Everyone thinks that he chose his football over his family and his wife, who specifically was saying or insinuating in many interviews she's done over the years, all right, wrap it up, you know, wrap up this football thing. And he loves football. So if she did give him an ultimatum, I mean, like, what do we think was going to happen? Nobody's surprised by this story.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if you're at the point of giving ultimatums, then you're also at the point of understanding that you're ready to leave or stay based on this critical point. Like, it's not as though when someone tells you it's either this or that, then they've already said, I'm prepared to walk away. Which is the #1 mistake that a lot of people make with ultimatums, because they're not prepared to up and leave. This is a couple who has all the resources in the world to make a co-parenting situation work and work effectively. I don't want to see anybody get divorced, because it really is like a death in the family. But at the same time, I also don't want to see anyone be a martyr to a relationship or a martyr to marriage. And I think a lot of people are so shamed out of leaving a relationship because of kids, or because, you know, they said their love in front of God and their family and their friends and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to be happy. And I want happiness for people, because miserable people are the worst.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It just is.
Yeah.
That's a good bumper sticker.
It is.
All right, we're going to first look at a new reality show that puts celebrities to the ultimate test, training with former Special Forces soldiers. Take a look.
You need to have the courage to get on whatever it is and get out of there.
Go back to the back.
If you don't quit it, you quit. Drop the attitude now.
We sweat more in training, so we bleed less in combat.
5, go!
We not only want you to face your fear, we want you to smash it.
Wow, that looks intense.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been on some reality shows, that looks legit.
Well, we had when we had Dr. Drew on the show,
there you go.
He talked about his participation in it and, you know, exactly how grueling it was. And then a couple weeks ago, I chatted with Kenya Moore from Real Housewives of Atlanta at BravoCon, and she was like, "You would be so proud of me." She's like, "You're gonna see, and you'd be so proud." It just basically that she extended herself in a way that she had never done before, and I'm excited to see it.
I like this stuff. SEAL training stuff, like for me, is like really, really interesting when they have to be bound and they have to go underwater and bounce and find out and get untied. I watched all of those. Dr. Drew said they pushed them to the limit. 6 people went to the hospital in the first week, which I'm like really into also. No one's really hurt. Everyone's fine. But also he said they got trauma bonded, which is a lot like our show, I think. We bonded because, you know, you're all in something that was really traumatic, and I think you become a family.
What? I'm not part of that.
Trauma bond. I think it makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
Which one of you think would last the longest in this or finish?
Out of all
three.
of us?
No, I'm gonna go.
You got it, John.
Am I in here too?
Oh yeah, you're in there. You would take it. You would probably.
No.
do it.
How about the ladies do it? I don't know if I would do it. I don't know.
I think
I'm getting older.
I think you'd be surprised.
About you,
Tori, you wouldn't go out there without
Tori
sunscreen
definitely
on.
got it.
Remember
got
when I
it.
did Double Dare and my arms just collapsed? I think I'd be like that.
Yeah, we all do.
Okay.
Would you guys do a show like this? Would you guys be down
I would
for
do
something like
that.
this? Test yourself?
I would do it. When I was doing fitness competitions, we would train with soldiers.
Dang.
So we'd get in the mud and we'd do like red rocks, like things with like packs on our, like all those things. And I felt like it was something I never, if you asked me to do it, I wouldn't do it. But if I were in it,
you could do it.
There's something that happens to you that you're like, it's almost like I have to survive.
You find that reserve in you.
Yeah. Your body can do a lot.
Lindsay ain't into it.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
Do you know what they offer? If you ring the bell to say I'm out, they offer you a warm truck with coffee and donuts waiting for you. So
Really?
as you're like dying out there, they're like, ring the bell, soldier, ring the bell. There's and you can smell the coffee, you can smell the donuts, and you just gotta stay out there. I would be out for the donuts.
Who told you that?
I've read
That's so
a
specific
million
again.
things
She
about
knows like a
SEALs.
lot about
I've
random stuff.
listened to a lot of like.
Oh, you know more about this than I do?
No, I've listened to a lot of people talk about this. I've never heard coffee
And
smelling on the beach. It's 3 a.m.
Ring the bell in the truck. They have hot coffee and
I
donuts.
get the ring the bell
Ring
comment.
the bell, and you get the coffee and the donuts. And it's
These
another
guys who
incentive.
are just built of. Never mind. All right, Jennifer Gardner just threw an epic 50th birthday party for herself, filled with coffee and donuts. In an interview with Town and Country magazine, Jen said she decided to basically throw a wedding for herself, and added she was shocked that she was the only one in it, or to be doing this. So Jen put her guests to work stuffing 5,000 backpacks with food for a charity she supports. Happy birthday.
Nice.
Get to work.
Nice.
Nice?
Yeah. What's wrong? Why don't you think it's nice?
First of all, the whole throwing yourself a party,
She's 50 and just recently divorced.
I'm down for a 50th birthday party, but then pack these backpacks so it looks like we're social justice warriors. Can't we just get drunk?
That has nothing to do with it. It's not social justice. It's about you get to a point where she has everything. So yeah, I mean I think certain people are like, don't get me anything on my birthday. I'm going to donate to this charity.
Yeah, my dad's like that.
And that makes a lot of sense. What else can you give to someone who has everything? But I'm also a person who believes every day should be like your birthday. So
That's true. I'll vouch for that.
Yeah.
Are you down for throwing a party for yourself?
I threw myself a Coming to America theme party for my 30th a couple years ago, so yes. And I actually was toying with the idea of throwing one in December because my birthday's coming up, but I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot going on in that
How
month.
old are you going to be?
35.
Okay, at least you're hitting
That's an age.
Yeah.
That's a number.
Right,
That's
so
an
I'm gonna
age.
Fives and zeros.
That's
Fives
an
and
age.
zeros.
Right, exactly.
I'm even
But
more
I also
to
was thinking
zeros,
about doing it next year if I don't do it this year. So
36?
Yeah, just be ridiculous.
No, you can't.
just got to commit to yourself.
No.
I was going to do 41 and make it a Dave Matthews party because number 41 is one of my favorite songs. Huh?
You should definitely
Well, you
do
should
it.
also do, I think a lot of people are getting a pass on the 0 and the 5 thing because there were a lot of pandemic birthdays
Right,
that we missed out on big occasions.
Yeah, my 40th was a
both of
pandemic.
our 40ths were like,
Woo! You know what I mean? No one could come, or they wouldn't come.
It's weird because I have no interest. Like legit, when it's my birthday, like I just want to be with my family and barbecue and eat like as much crab legs as I can.
But if Jordan threw you a party,
she did. She threw me one.
Did you like it?
It was a surprise party. It was really moving. Yeah, it was really cool.
Moving.
It was moving because a lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
Like it was very nice that I didn't expect all these people to come. You know what I mean? But I don't like that.
Yeah, Colin keeps insinuating, and I'm like, listen, let's go on vacation. Like, he already knows me. I don't want random people that I don't really like coming over. Like, just please, let's just go and let's just do something else.
See, you're down with it. Eat all the crab legs you can.
So I'm trying to explain that in a nice way because I appreciate anything he does for me, but I'm good. Like, I'm going to throw my own party and invite people I want to come.
And Tori, you'll take a birthday month.
Just the whole month, and everyone's welcome. No, but I also think a vacation would be great. I think a nice beach tropical vacay is great.
A vacation from your problems.
you can do a vacation.
You didn't get where that's from? What movie is that from?
No,
what is it from?
What about Bob? Oh. Vacation from your problems. Don't have some.
You're about to shame me. I've never seen that
before. Baby steps. Oh,
no,
really?
what? I throw out great lines, by the way. I hope someone at home appreciates it. Coming up on DBL, our interview with one of the original hosts of The View, Debbie Matenopoulos, and Rihanna releases new music for the first time in 6 years. Erica has a first listen in her segment, What Erica's Watching.
I'm easily tickled, y'all. It doesn't take much.
We're gonna sit here and be right.
I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm just telling you the truth.
You can smirk all you want. You don't have to tell me to go.
Brad Pitt. Look this up, Jerry Lee Lewis. All right, guys, if you didn't know, we're just getting breaking news. Jerry Lee Lewis, who entertainer and a philanthropist, and apparently he has passed away today. So we're just letting everybody know about this. Singer, songwriter, pianist, nicknamed the Killer. He's been described as rock and roll's
did
first.
He actually pass out?
He passed away today. Yeah,
today
he's reportedly
because
dead.
It was reported 2 days ago that
Yeah.
it was wrong.
Oh, maybe now he is passed away.
Okay,
that's always tricky when they go. That's a little tricky. So you're right. There was an erroneous death.
Yeah, because on Wednesday they had his estate sent out a confirmation saying that he was just totally fine.
Oh,
And there was a
interesting.
misunderstanding. But
Wow.
so now they're saying it came out from his estate.
6 minutes
now?
ago. Yeah.
Wow.
So he did Great Balls of Fire, a whole lot of shaking going on. Apparently, we all know about, if you didn't, he did seem to marry his 13-year-old cousin when he was 22. Part of it is uncomfortable for some people, but we don't want to kick anyone when
It's
they're
crazy
down.
when people have like issues with gay people, though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
Oh, Jeray. Oh, Jeray. And of course, he did a lot of marathons for philanthropy as well. So we want to make sure we all know that as well. Also, for the coffee and donuts, what I'm talking about is specifically Navy SEAL training. And when they go and do War Week or Hell Week, they have a truck open with a heater and the smell of coffee and donuts wafting so you can ring the bell. Jeff's just like really wrong about that. Anything to say, you guys? Anything to say?
I think you might be getting
Tori's goading
Jerry
me into
Lee
that.
Lewis and Jerry Lewis mixed up.
No.
Because you said the marathons for philanthropy?
Yeah.
I think that's Jerry Lewis.
It's not Jerry Lee Lewis?
Tori dropping facts.
Always. We'll get it together.
A crooner gets clowned, and Beyonce's mom throws her own Renaissance party, plus Riri returns in this week's What Erica's Watching. Now first, Maxwell is going viral for an odd dance move, making him the internet's latest joke. But the 59-year-old singer clapped back at all of the shady gifs and comments by challenging his haters to drop it like it's hot. Now he kicked off the official Maxwell Dance Challenge, and it's leaving his followers literally on the floor. Well, Maxwell proved his point. Most of our knees aren't built like his. So don't try this at home if you're old enough to own one of his CDs. You'll likely need help getting back up off the floor. No, I didn't. Next, Tina Knowles rolled out a red carpet for Black excellence at her Wearable Art Gala. Black stars shined at the Keke Palmer-hosted fundraiser benefiting an artistic youth mentorship program. Now, the theme of the night was the Harlem Renaissance, but not to be confused with Beyonce's latest album. Many A-list celebs arrived in vintage cars, wearing colorful couture, and people are calling this the Melanin Met Gala. But I call this a win for the culture. And finally, it's starting to feel a lot more like Christmas. The Lambs are excited about Mariah Carey's Christmas tour announcement. And Rihanna's Navy is finally getting what they've been asking for. That's right, new music. Today, she released her first single in 6 years, and it's called Lift Me Up, and it's featured on the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack. However, the Bayhive is still waiting for Beyonce to drop a music video for her Renaissance album. But in the meantime, they're sharing their own videos for her song Cuff It in a new viral challenge. Y'all better get it. Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBL Erica Watch. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Celebs. People love them, people hate them. People love to hate them, especially the tabloids. So this week, we're talking about a star who hates cancel culture and a star who may get canceled because of this culture. But actually, are they even true? Marlon Wayans wants to cancel culture. So in an interview, he said he doesn't know what planet we're on where people don't need laughter and people need to be censored and canceled. So does he even stand behind his un-PC White Chicks movie? Actually, Marlon said films like this are needed and said, quote, "I'm still gonna tell my jokes the way I tell them." Last year, Marlon even said he's ready to make a sequel to White Chicks. So I don't think Marlon will be getting canceled over a movie that came out 18 years ago.
Perhaps not.
If a sequel were to come out, I do think jokes like this one may not fly anymore.
I think I need a bigger size.
Honey, you never need a bigger size. Come here. Oh, suck it in.
Calling all Swifties. They're listening. Haven't you just been loving her new album, Midnights? Well, not everyone is loving one of her new music videos. So people are calling T Swift out for being fat-phobic after this scene in her music video for Anti-Hero. People say she should have known better than to use the word fat, since this could be really triggering for people, especially young fans, which she has a lot of. Actually, the song is about her past struggles, including her fight with an eating disorder. So actually, this video could be more relatable than triggering to her young fans. So I say, shake it, huh? Shake it, huh? We're all Swifties here. That's all for this week. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Debbie Matenopoulos is a host with quite an impressive resume, like working for MTV and landing a job on the original cast of The View, all before turning 23. Earlier, we chatted with Debbie about her new lifestyle series. Check it out.
Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie.
Hi, I'm just Instagramming you guys.
Yes, Debbie, we love that. Debbie, you're also, I don't think people realize that you're one of the women out there that uplift and empower other women in the industry. I can tell you when I was on my way up, you were like very quick to lift me up and just always gave great advice, always made sure that I felt empowered. And I have to tell you, unfortunately, that's pretty rare in this industry. So love you, forever, your biggest fan.
Aww.
It's true.
You know how I feel about you. It literally makes me want to cry. I mean, I always say that, like, we are our own worst enemy, ladies. We are better together. There is power in numbers. And when we lift each other up and celebrate each other's successes, there's only more successes for all of us. I promise you that.
Yeah, you've seen it. You jumped on the scene. I mean, 22 years old when you joined the original cast of The View. I can't even imagine being 22 years old. Look at you right there. What was your audition experience like?
I went to a party uptown. I was working at MTV at the time. I was 17 years old, working at MTV, going to NYU. And a friend of mine was leaving New York to go become a weatherman, like in Idaho. So he's having a going away party, of all places, at Calvin Klein's house uptown.
Whoa.
Okay. I'm a kid and I'm thinking, what? Calvin Klein's house? Oh, I have to go see this, right? I go up there. I'm at the party, and I think I'll just say for a minute, this guy says, hey, will you come to this meeting with Barbara Walters and Bill Getty tomorrow about a show called The View from Here? They didn't even really know the name of the show at the point. And talk to them and have a meeting about being on this show. I had pink hair, first of all, because I was working at MTV at that time. So I had pink hair. Why would Barbara Walters ever want to work with me? The next morning, I wake up, I go to school. I get to MTV, and my roommate says to me, hey, you got to go to ABC right now. They're waiting for you. You told that guy you were coming. I did not think at all that this was going to happen. I go to ABC, which is very corporate uptown, wearing boots to my knees, an A-line miniskirt, and a baby tee that has John Travolta's face on it that said Barbarino from Welcome Back Home. Okay. With pink hair and a bowling bag. I mean, what? They were looking at me like, is this woman here for a singing telegram? Who is this girl? And then when I start talking to him, it was just totally like just having a conversation. Barbara comes in, we start chatting, and it was just an interview. You can't fail an interview about yourself. And they're literally just asking me about myself. They say, great, lovely to meet you. Okay, we'll get back to you. I get a phone call saying they want you to come up and do an audition in 2 weeks. So I go back to this audition. I walk in, and it is a sea of famous people, a sea, and me. So I said, okay, I'm getting out of here. I turn around out of the room full of people like Joan Rivers, Veronica Webb, Emmy, Mother Love, I mean, big people at that time. Every newswoman you could possibly imagine. I turn around and walk out, and as I'm walking out to go back to MTV, because I had no intention of doing this audition, Barbara Walters is standing at the door when I open it to leave.
We got to get to you filming your new series, A Cheerful Heart and Home. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so I'm doing a new show for the network GAC, the family networks GAC, GAC Living and GAC Family, and we have a free brand new app that you can get on iOS and on Apple and Apple TV. It is, and on your smartphones, it's awesome. You can just go to the App Store and download it. And basically, it's a television show of short form content of me doing whatever I want to do. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done in this business, because when the producers that all got together from my former show said, hey, let's do this, they said, what do you want to do? And I said, what do you mean what I would do? They said, you can do whatever you want to do. So I do fashion, I do cooking, I do DIYs, I do kids stuff, I do workouts and mindfulness. And it is so easy. It's at your fingertips. It's on your smartphone, and it's also going to be streaming on greatamericancommunity.com, as well as running linearly on the GAC networks very soon. So it's a lot of work, because it's just like having family.
I mean, you wear so many hats. We honestly can never get enough of you, so we're just going to have you in studio. But always proud of you, Debbie. Proud to know you. Congratulations. DBL Nation, download the Great American Community app to watch Debbie on A Cheerful Heart and Home. New episodes are out every Monday and Friday. We'll be right back. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Love you, Debbie.
Breast cancer awareness means knowing the facts about causes, treatment, and prevention. So we're debunking some common breast cancer myths and verifying the truth behind them with the help of these sources. The first thing to clear up, breast cancer is not always indicated by a lump in your breast you can feel. Checking for bumps plus changes in texture, shape, and in the nipple is good practice, but breastcancer.org urges this is no substitute for regular mammograms. And not every lump is cancer either. The National Breast Cancer Foundation points out only a small percentage of breast lumps actually turn out to be cancerous. However, they should not be ignored, and instead a signal to call your doctor. Mammograms do not cause breast cancer, though X-rays do emit a small amount of radiation, and repeated exposure to radiation does have the potential to cause cancer. And a mammogram is an X-ray of the breast. The National Cancer Institute explains the dose is low and, quote, the potential benefits of mammography nearly always outweigh the potential harm. If you do have breast cancer, you don't necessarily have a genetic mutation. Like having family history of the disease, certain genetic changes like BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene mutations can also mean higher likelihood of breast cancer. But not every breast cancer patient has that indicator. The American Cancer Society says 5 to 10% of breast cancer cases are thought to be hereditary and can be passed from either parent.
Alterations in genes are passed down equally by males and females.
Men can get breast cancer too. While a leading risk factor is being born female, thus most screening guidance will be directed at women, people of any sex can develop breast cancer. It is very rare in males, most commonly detected in the nipple area.
So if a man feels a lump in their breast, they should definitely bring it to their healthcare provider's attention.
We have more information on all of these topics and other myths, plus guidance for screening and other resources on our website right now. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Why is candy corn the most divisive of all Halloween candy? Let's connect the dots. Love it or hate it, candy corn is a staple of Halloween. The tri-colored triangles bring strong responses from its fans and even stronger reactions from its critics. Since it has no contrasting flavors, it can end up just tasting intensely sweet. That can cause palate fatigue, like eating spoonfuls of sugar. There's also the matter of bugs in the candy. The lac bug produces a waxy, waterproof coating used in things from paint to food. It's usually called confectioner's glaze, and it gives candy corn that shiny exterior. But if you are on Team Candy Corn, you're not alone. According to USA Today, 9 billion kernels are produced annually. And you can expect to pay more for the candy this year. Clover, a consumer data financial platform, says prices are up at least 5% this year. And that's connecting the dots.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter answers your questions, clarifies what's true and false, and even includes a daily fun fact. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
The scares are coming to DBL on a special Halloween episode. Tune in Monday to see if the host can top last year's costumes. It's going to be spooktacular.
It's gonna be spooktacular. I had to drop that line. You know what I mean? Are you guys excited or what?
I am excited.
Do we know what each other's gonna be?
Some of us.
Some of us, but it's going to be full. It's not just half-ass. It's really full costume.
Watch your mouth, Tori.
Yeah, Tori, geez. It's Friday, but relax.
Sorry.
This is going to be a potty mouth for Halloween.
Yeah. This is going to be the best blanket Halloween ever.
Chris Clark is shaking his head. That's my favorite part of the day when I look over there and he does a face.
I love when I say something, I'm up here and he just goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
What part of the script is that?
That's a good way to close out. Have a good blanket weekend, everybody.
Kick some blank.